industry, there are all types of people, right, who is out there marketing and promoting to you different courses, different programs. But one thing I know for sure, if you're within this summit community, within this GrooveAsia community, whoever that we feature, whoever that we share, we know that they can serve, they can deliver value to you. And this is a value that we intend to carry forward for years and years to come. And of course, with all of the mentors and all of the proteges who has joined us, we hope to be able to feature you on a larger scale to share your message. Because I believe within every single one of us, we have a message to share. The question is, do we have the courage to bring it out? Will we share it? Will we share our gifts into this world? Because every single gift is like a piece of a puzzle. And if only all of us were to share our gifts, our puzzles into this world, imagine how it will all come together and join together and create this beautiful tapestry which we call life. And I'm looking forward to seeing you share your gift. So since 2012, I've been working very closely together with Summit and various speakers to expand their reach across Asia. And during that time, I was really just a fresh grad. Okay, and one thing I love about this program we are doing today, the key word is start. Okay, that's the most important thing that you can do. Imagine this: when I was back in university, I was studying economics and finance over in the UK, the University of Surrey. And during my first or second year, I sat into a workshop with an investment banker. He said, in 4 years in this industry, you can get a million pound salary, no problem. And I thought to myself, wow, £1 million, that's awesome, right? Yeah, how many of you think that's awesome? Type in awesome. All right, so £1 million, right? But he said, however, you have to be willing to sacrifice 100-hour weeks. And then I was taken aback. Because at that point in time, I was very clear with myself on what's truly important in my life. And the top value in my life is relationships. Relationships with my loved ones, relationships with my family, relationships with my friends. So I knew that if I had to put in 100-hour weeks sitting in front of a computer, most likely staring at charts and Excel sheets, potentially for the rest of my life, as much as £1 million a year would be great, but that's not living a life. Right? How many of you want to live a life by design, not by default? So it was at that moment I decided, oh no, this life is not for me. And then it just threw me off track. Because the typical path for someone who studies economics and finance in the UK is to go the investment banker route. So I felt lost. I didn't know what to do. And then eventually I came back to Malaysia during summer break, and then I was introduced to, of course, an MLM company. Okay, and within that MLM company, they shared with me a book. It's called Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. How many of you are familiar with this book? If you're familiar with Cash Flow Quadrant, type in cash flow, right? So that book, Cash Flow Quadrant, opened up my eyes. And of course, for those of you who have read the book, as we know, he shares with us this. Okay, the cash flow quadrant. First, you have the E, right? For those of you who do read the book, what does the E stand for? Right, come on. I see those of you typed in employee, exactly, right? And then you have the S. What does the S stand for? Self-employed. Awesome. Thanks, Dylan. And then, of course, we have the B's, which is business owners. All right. And then we have the I's, which are the investors. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we have a lot of you who have definitely read the book and hopefully also apply it within your own life as well. So as we know, um, uh, on the left side is where we have what we call the least leverage, right? We are trading time for money. Okay, as an employee, we are putting in our hours, day in, day out, clocking in the 9 to 5, 9 to 6, or 100-hour weeks for a paycheck, right? Stability, great, but we don't have much time. And then for the self-employed, it would be like the professionals, like doctors, lawyers, dentists, where you have your own firm, and then you're dealing with clients, but you are unable to scale your profession, right? You are constantly required to stick in your business, right? And I think a great way to think, okay, am I actually self-employed or am I a business owner where everything is automated? Is what we call the I believe it's called the bullet test. Okay, if one day we were to bring out a gun and put to your head and then boom, okay, you're gone. Does your business continue running, or will it just die? Okay, if your business just dies, then most likely you're self-employed. Or if you have a business, then you don't have the systems in place. And then of course, as investors, that's where we are able to leverage our hard-earned money and to multiply it as well, okay, to create essentially cash flow. So when I was first introduced to the cash flow quadrant, it blew my mind. I thought, oh, at that stage, all I knew was to constantly just work as an employee, trade in hours, right? And then get a paycheck, get a stable paycheck. And then my dad was a self-employed lawyer, right? So the model that I've seen was, okay, dad goes to work early in the morning, and then comes back and brings the bread, right? But then we never really got to also build a relationship with that. Okay, but he supported us materially. Okay, so when I was introduced to the cash flow quadrant, I thought to myself, okay, I wanted to be a business owner. I wanted to be an investor where I have all the time and financial freedom. Then that set me off on the path where I was searching, and then it so happens I was browsing on Facebook and desktop. Okay, and then back then there would be a sidebar. In the sidebar there was an advertisement. Okay, and then during that time I was reading books on Sir Richard Branson. I believe it was one of his books is called "Screw It, Just Do It." Okay, and then he actually popped up on my feed on the side ad, and then he was speaking at a conference. So I said, hey, I'll be in London then, sign me up for the program. And then that was my first introduction into the seminar industry. I signed up for the conference and I thought I was just going to see Sir Richard Branson, but then that was where I was introduced to Tony Robbins, T. Harv Eker, Basinger, and many more high-level speakers, and 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 they were introducing concepts. I will always remember. Okay, the very first concept that really hit me during that session was when Tony shared, no, success is 20% mechanics, and 80%. And 80% mindset. That was mind blowing to me. And then I think like what Coach Deb said, that was a red pill for me. Okay, I was red pilled at that very moment. I thought, wow, success is 20% mechanics and 80% mindset. So that set me onto a path of personal development, right? And then of course I signed up for many of the courses. And how many of you enjoy learning and growing, enjoy personal development? If you enjoy personal development, type in PD in the chat. PD. Okay. So I got hooked. I got hooked on PD. I got hooked on personal development. So I was hungry. I was constantly consuming knowledge day in, day out. Boom, 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 boom. Right? So that personal development journey brought me all the way back to Singapore in another summer, back in the region. I sat in seminar, and then the speaker was saying, do you have a message to share? And not only that, would you like to monetize it? Then there was something that deeply resonated with me. I said yes and yes. Yeah, I immediately signed up. I didn't necessarily have the money yet, but I knew that at that moment, that resonance, I found my purpose, or at least part of my purpose. And I trusted that feeling. Okay. That feeling brought me all the way back to UK, into Barcelona, Spain, where we had a 5-day train the trainer program where we learned how to sell on stage, how to present, how to teach. And then we were actively participating, just like how all of you are participating today. So if you haven't got your cameras on yet, please turn on your cameras. We would love to see your faces, and we would love to know that you are here with us right now. Okay. So I was actively participating during that event. I was going up on stage, dancing, going rah 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 rah. And then little did I know that my future business partner would be in that room. Okay, he was sitting all the way back in the room, and then he's this UK born Hong Kong guy, right? And then he had his arms crossed, sitting at the back, looking up on stage and be like, who is this Chinese dude? Who is this Asian guy jumping up and down? Oh my god, like no face for us Chinese people, right? but he said to himself, he had to get to know me. So that's what he did. During one of the breaks, he came up to me and say, hey, I saw you up on stage. You have massive amounts of energy. I like to get to know you better, and then potentially see if we could work together. So through there, we talked, we discussed, and then we met back in London, and then we shook hands and decided, hey, let's get onto this speaker journey together, right? And then during that time, we thought, oh, okay, because we've gone through the 5 days of training program, we know exactly what to do. And not only that, we took up firewalk instructor training certifications to create massive amounts of activities that breakthrough activities that's able to transform people's lives. We knew that, hey, if we set up a firewall, they will come. Build it and they will come. How many of you have heard of that? Yes, type in yes in the chat if you heard of that. Yes, exactly. But if you have been in business, if you have ever started anything, okay, in business, you would know, build it, and most likely they won't come, right? What we did at that stage was, I remember we just put up a short ad on a Groupon kind of a platform in the UK. I believe they called it Voucher during that time, and then we got one sign up for our firewall. Right? One single sign up. And I will always remember that one sign up because me and my partner, uh, it was just a couple days before the event was due, and then my partner was saying to me, "Bro, um, we've only got one sign up, bro. I don't think we can run this event." And then I was saying, "Yeah, yeah, okay, I'll make the call then." Okay, so I call up the customer, and then on the phone, she was saying that, "Oh, okay, you can't run this event. Oh, that's sad because this was supposed to be a birthday gift for my husband." And at that moment, my heart just sank. I was like, "Oh, yeah." But this is all part of the journey, right? Where we have to do what we have to do. But you know what we did? We persevered. Okay? We continued on this journey of sharing our message to the world. Um, it brought me to countries like China. In Beijing, we spoke for a bit. Not only that, we just kept pushing forward. There was even a gap in between where we were apart. He was doing his own thing. I was doing my own thing back in Malaysia, and then he was figuring his thing out. Then eventually we came back together, and then he was like saying, "Bro, I think I've got this whole selling thing working, right?" And then so that was then when I started pursuing and seeing, okay, how can we scale what's working on his end. He was able to convert audiences, okay, at very, very good percentages, right? So all we needed to do was to keep filling rooms with audiences. I was thinking, okay, how do I do that? Okay, and because previously during my time in London, I also worked with one of the largest seminar organizers. I got to know John, and of course his wonderful wife Shalyn. We reconnected back in Malaysia, and when we reconnected, he said summit was just starting up, and then you know I guess by the grace of the higher powers, everything just fell into place. We worked hand in hand together. John and the summit team were filling up rooms of hundreds of people. And then my partner was converting the audience. We were running our seminars. We had 300 seminars, 600 seminars. And of course, John, one of the biggest events that John and the summit team has hosted was over in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, in a huge, massive stadium with 6,000 people. Right, 5 to 6,000 people or more. Okay, Sam is whispering some number at the back. I'm not clear which number it is, but it's at least 5,000 people. Oh, 7,000. Okay, sorry, 7,000 people in that stadium. And let me tell you, the energy was absolutely